Right now at 5, Derek Chauvin pleads the fifth, declining to testify in his own murder trial. We asked the lawyer if it's a smart strategy.
A proposal to reinvent State Street stalls after opposition from the city. Business owners are calling it another missed opportunity.
Plus, a yoga studio getting threats after offering one class only to vaccinated people while they say they are accommodating their clients.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. After 14 days of testimony from dozens of witnesses, both sides have rested their case in the murder trial of Derek Chauvin.
Today, the former Minneapolis police officer opted not to take the stand in his own defense.
I will invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege today.
The decision whether or not to testify, I'm going to take this off, is entirely yours. In other words, it's a personal right. Mr. Nelson makes a lot of the decisions in trial, but one he cannot make for you is whether or not you testify. And he can give you advice, and you can take that advice or reject that advice. But the decision ultimately has to be yours and not his. Is this your decision not to testify?
It is, Your Honor.
The case is done for the weekend. On Monday, both sides will give their closing arguments, and the jury will take the case. They'll decide whether Chauvin is guilty of second and third degree murder and second degree manslaughter. The judge said he will sequester the jury following closing arguments.
Criminal defense attorneys say the decision for someone to plead the fifth in this type of case is based on a lot of factors, and it is not that uncommon.
There are unusual components to this case, however, as Naomi Coles joins us now to explain. Naomi?
For this type of case, Chauvin's decision, it could work in his favor not to testify, and that's because then the cross-examination won't be the last thing on the jury's mind. But another thing that comes into play, the video that could have been used in a cross-examination. That in itself sets this case apart, Madison area criminal defense attorney Chris Van Wagner says.
Case that started with and will end with video of the entire sequence of actions that the state says constitute a crime. That is incredibly unusual. Rarely do you have the entire sequence caught on clear video that the prosecution contends is a criminal act.
Given the prevalence of cell phones and surveillance cameras today, he says this is only going to become even more common. Now, ultimately, Van Wagner, he says this case is about Chauvin's use of force and how the jury will determine George Floyd's cause of death.
Naomi, thank you. The former Brooklyn Center, Minnesota police officer charged in the shooting death of a 20-year-old man at a traffic stop appeared before a judge for the first time today. During a very brief procedural hearing, Kim Potter was ordered to appear in court on May 17th. She is charged with second-degree manslaughter in the shooting death of Daunte Wright. Wright's mother says the charges against Potter will never bring her son back.
I do want accountability, 100% accountability. Like my sister said, the highest accountability. But even then, when that happens, if that even happens, we're still going to bury our son. We're still never going to be able to see our baby boy that we're never going to have again. So when people say justice, I just shake my head.
Potter faces up to 10 years in prison if convicted.
Madison police have charged 2 people in connection with a shooting that left one person hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries earlier this week. Officials say 19-year-old Sierra Williams, 24-year-old Stephen Price Jr. are charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, party to a crime. Price Jr. is charged with 10 additional counts, including 9 counts of bail jumping. According to an incident report, the shooting happened Tuesday afternoon. This was in the 1200 block of Gilbert Road on the west side. Officials say the 2 suspects and victim all know each other. That investigation is ongoing.
There is now a statewide alert for a missing child in southwestern Wisconsin. Dodgeville police say they are looking for 13-year-old Emery Faust. He was last seen around 1:25 this morning on Main Street in Dodgeville. Police say he was wearing a blue jean jacket, black pants, a black shirt, and cowboy boots. Anyone with any information on Emery's whereabouts is asked to call police. news.
Governor Evers has declared this week Severe Weather Week, and we're using that opportunity to show off our outstanding team of weather experts, recently certified as the most accurate team in the market. Each of our meteorologists tackling a piece of the severe weather puzzle in a special Weathering the Storm half-hour special. Tune in tonight. It's right after News 3 Now at 6. Partly cloudy, still cooler out there. Could see some sun soon. That sure would help. Gary's on the weather patio.
Well, I thought we'd see a little more sunshine today. We started out with some sun in the morning, but then the clouds rolled in. You could see on visible cloud track that the sunshine was not that far away, just like yesterday across northern Illinois. But for the most part, much of southern Wisconsin just had more clouds than sunshine. But there's almost no precipitation falling from those clouds on Doppler track. Not seeing anything as far as rain on the radar. This morning, temperatures dropped into the low to mid 30s thanks to the partly cloudy skies that we had overnight. Here in Madison, 34 was the overnight low temperature. But right now, temperatures are in the upper 40s, a few low 50s farther to the south where there has been a little more sunshine. By tomorrow morning, we'll be back down into the middle 30s with partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow, we should be partly sunny. That will at least get the high temperature up to around 55 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes cool temperatures at least through the middle of next week.
Gary, thank you. A request to reimagine State Street for a limited time will likely stall after hesitancy from the city.
Today, businesses say they're dejected in what many owners say is the latest in pleas to the city being ignored. Adam Duxter is live downtown with why they're told the plan to create a pedestrian promenade cannot move forward the way they hoped. Adam?
The business owners we spoke with today say they were hopeful that for less than 14 weekends this summer, just around 30 days this summer, they could close State Street to traffic and open it up to dining, shopping, and creating more of a pedestrian feel. And last night, the city's Transportation Commission says they had too many issues and asked to see more information before a plan like this could move forward. The concern, namely for Metro Transit, is that by rerouting buses, you're adding minutes to their routes that need to run on time. The business owners I spoke with downtown say that's not asking for much.
Something as simple as taking and relocating the buses so that restaurants can go out into the street and merchants can have stands of their merchandise outside and encourage more people to come down and be more active, be involved.
I asked the Business Improvement District if it's possible for them to get more information and research done and make a presentation in time for this to still happen the way they'd want to. And they say at this point it's simply politics, and they're going to go back to the drawing board and try and come up with another plan to help out the struggling State Street businesses this summer. You'll hear from the Business Improvement District tonight at 6 o'clock.
And we'll see what they come up with. Adam on State Street, thank you. Positive COVID case in Wisconsin still on the rise. Right now, all counties in southern Wisconsin have high case activity. Within the last 24 hours, DHS officials say 943 new cases have been reported. More than 50,000 vaccines were administered to Wisconsinites. More than 1.5 million, or 25.8% of the state's eligible population, has now completed the vaccine series, and more than 2.2 million have gotten at least one shot. Here in Dane County, half of people have now received at least one shot, and about a third have finished their vaccine series.
Dane County public health officials say COVID case counts and hospitalizations have been holding steady or slightly increasing. Although there haven't been significant changes, what is changing is the age groups impacted. In the past 2 weeks, 21% of all new COVID cases are people under the age of 18. Through the rest of the pandemic, that group is only responsible, though, for 13% of all cases. Public Health Director Janelle Heinrich says this isn't just a case of our older population being vaccinated. There is a higher number of cases in the 12 to 17 age group.
We want to remind you that though vaccines will get us back to normal, right now our children don't all have that opportunity. So it's very important to continue to follow the prevention practices that have kept us well and will continue to keep us well.
In Dane County over the last week, 123 young people were diagnosed with COVID.
A new study from Oxford University suggests people who've had COVID may be at a higher risk for blood clots, but some U.S. health experts are casting doubt on those findings. The Oxford study looked at the rate of a rare blood clot called CVT following COVID cases, as well as those after the COVID vaccine. For people who've had COVID, the clots happened at a rate of 39 per million people. For people who had the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine, that was 4 out of every million people and 5 out of every million people with the AstraZeneca vaccine. But Dr. Anthony Fauci told a House subcommittee it is impossible to make that determination because of the way the study was done.
I believe when this paper undergoes peer review that confusion will be straightened out and it'll be clear that you cannot make any statement the way this is designed about the adverse events following the vaccination with the mRNA comparing to anything else.
Now, both AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson have had very rare reports of blood clots related to their vaccines. The U.S. paused the Johnson & Johnson vaccination, of course, earlier this week, investigating that clotting link.
Wisconsin's utilities disconnection moratorium ends today, and that means electric, natural gas, and water utility customers with outstanding bills could have their services disconnected today. The Public Service Commission of Wisconsin is asking anyone with outstanding bills to make payment arrangements or apply for financial assistance immediately.
If they think that they may be eligible for the Wisconsin Home Energy Assistance Program, to definitely apply for that. They can apply online, over the phone, and also in person. There are locations all around the state, every county.
There is also plenty of federal stimulus funding available for those people who are struggling to pay their bills. You can apply for more help and benefits online.
Well, getting back to fitness classes, mask-free.
That's what some hot yoga studios are slowly bringing back if you've been fully vaccinated. Our Jamie Perez joins us at the West Side location of Dragonfly Hot Yoga to explain. Jamie?
All right, so Dragonfly will offer its first class to fully vaccinated people this Saturday, and you will have to prove that you've been fully vaccinated to attend. Now, they are just offering 1 class per week at this point to those who have been fully vaccinated. The rest of their 70 classes are open to everyone else, and masks are required. The owner said that they're doing this as a way to accommodate those who want to return to a safe environment where others can also safely remove their masks around them.
We're still offering classes for non-vaccinated people or people who still are comfortable wearing masks to class. So that's the majority of our classes right now. So that's kind of the primary option. The vaccinated classes are just a secondary option, and way fewer classes available for that.
Although the demand for this class is very high, they've also been receiving some threats since they announced this class would be offered. So coming up tonight at 5, we're going to hear some of the messages that they've been receiving. Plus, we asked an attorney, can businesses require that you prove you've been vaccinated?
All right, look forward to that, Jamie. Thank you. And ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the Capitol Police Inspector General explains what he believes went wrong before the riot at the Capitol. And tonight at 6, a nonprofit encouraging you to shop local right now. We'll explain that push next hour on News 3 Now at 6. And on Wall Street today, a strong day across the board. The Dow adding 305 points, and NASDAQ climbs 181, S&P up 46. And we'll be right back.
Tonight on CBS, it's a night of comedy and drama, beginning with Young Sheldon, followed by United States of Al, plus Mom, Be Positive, and the thriller Clarice. Then got a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Furniture and Appliance Mart Spring Semi-Annual Appliance Deals are on now. Save up to 40% off top brands and special no-interest financing, plus delivery within 5 days on in-stock appliances at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Update your bathroom with help from Menards. Choose from over 1,000 Max shower kits, shower doors, and bathtubs. Complement your style with this Orchestra freestanding bathtub from Max. All Max products now 11% off. Finish your update with Great Lakes Flooring. Great Lakes vinyl plank flooring is durable, waterproof, and easily clicks together. All Great Lakes Flooring is 11% off. Get 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get a large Fiesta chicken pizza. Papa Murphy's.
We asked some of our young fans for their best one call, that's all.
One call, that's all. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. One call, that's all. One call, that's all. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 17% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 models. That's over $5,400 cash back on this Equinox. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Ashley Home Store's Spring Semi-Annual Sale is on now. Our hottest looks of the season are on sale now, including doorbusters like these. Plus, no interest for 3 years. And a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. Now at Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 6, a proposal to reinvent State Street is now likely stalled after opposition from the city. And some local hot yoga studios are now offering mask-free classes, but only for people who can prove they've been fully vaccinated. Is it legal? We'll explain at 6.
Tonight at 6:30, Weathering the Storm, a half-hour severe weather special that puts your safety first. From the latest tech to creating a safety plan. Watch Weathering the Storm tonight at 6:30 on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Nearly 100 days after the January 6th Capitol riot, the U.S. Capitol Police Inspector General presented his findings on the department's lack of preparation leading up to the attack.
More than 400 suspects have been arrested from at least 45 states now for participating. It resulted in the deaths of Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick and 4 others. Deborah Alfarone reports from Capitol Hill.
Testifying virtually before the House Administration Committee, U.S. Capitol Police Inspector General Michael Bolton said conflicting intelligence and lack of training left the department unprepared ahead of the January 6th Capitol riot.
Training deficiencies put the officers, our brave men and women, in a position not to succeed.
An internal intelligence assessment 3 days before the January 6th breach warned the targets of pro-Trump supporters are not necessarily the counter-protesters, but rather Congress itself. Yet a conflicting assessment the day of the attack said violence was improbable.
I was aware from seeing the social media of Trump supporters in my region that they were organizing in large numbers.
Bolton's report said officers in the department's civil disturbance unit had expired munitions and compromised riot shields. And he found that officers were ordered not to use heavier, less than lethal weapons, such as sting ball grenades. In his recommendations, the Inspector General said that the U.S. Capitol Police needs to overhaul its intelligence collection, operational planning, and culture to avoid future mistakes, and they also need to recruit more officers.
The CF department needs to move away from the thought of process of a traditional police department and to move to the posture of a protective agency.
The U.S. Capitol Police responded to the IG's findings in a statement saying it understands and supports the evaluation and is implementing changes to improve its operational readiness and the physical security infrastructure of the Capitol complex. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The hearing recessed to be concluded at a later time. Due to a series of votes on the House floor, Inspector General Bolton told lawmakers he will continue to release flash reports every 30 days, the next one coming at the end of this month.
Let's get a look at the weather now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, again, it's Tornado and Severe Weather Awareness Week in Wisconsin, and we're pleased to announce our partnership with Hy-Vee Supermarkets and Midland Weather Radios to offer weather radios at a reduced price. These are ones that get broadcast directly from the National Weather Service, can be programmed for your county or whatever counties you'd like in your area. Cost is $29.99, and for every radio that's sold, we'll make a donation to the Southwest Wisconsin region of the American Red Cross. Your weather radios will come in handy as we head into severe weather season. Today, of course, was the statewide tornado drill. But three things you need to know in our forecast: no severe weather. In fact, dry weather is expected now through the weekend. We've taken the rain out of the forecast for Saturday and Sunday. And even then, it was just a slight chance of rain. But cool weather will continue through the middle of next week. High temperatures only in the 50s, and Tuesday we might not get out of the 40s again. And then some showers are possible from Monday afternoon into Tuesday, maybe even into Wednesday. But Monday night might be cold enough for a mix of rain and snow showers. Doppler track right now, free of precipitation across the state, even though we've got plenty of clouds around. The rain earlier this week has definitely made an impact on the dryness of the soil. This is the drought monitor updated as of April 13th and just released today from the U.S. Drought Monitoring Service. You can see the northern part of the state now out of the abnormally dry conditions. Still here in southern and western Wisconsin, abnormally dry conditions are being reported, but still a lot of areas of drought in the western and northern parts of the United States. Extreme and drought over much of the southwestern part of the country, and very severe drought into parts of North Dakota, and drought conditions even extending eastward through the northern Great Lakes and into much of New England. So we could use some moisture heading into the start of the main growing season. Weather track right now shows precipitation in the form of snow farther out to the west. You can see some snow in the western Dakotas back into Wyoming and northern Montana with a weather system there. But around here, we have plenty of clouds. That low pressure system now moving a little farther off to the east, but still close enough to at least bring clouds here today. We started out with some sunshine, but the sunshine just made it about as far north as northern Illinois. Weather track right now shows a trough of low pressure. That's what's also bringing us the clouds. But for the most part, we're going to stay dry through the weekend. Temperatures upper 40s to lower 50s, a little better than yesterday, but still below normal for this time of year. And on future track, again, the clouds are expected to break up tonight. Hopefully tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies. Out to the west, the next weather system, keeping the rain out to the west, but more clouds will move in here for Saturday. Right now, it looks like those showers will stay to our west and south. So again, we've taken the rain out of the forecast for the weekend. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny. It'll remain on the cool side. High temperature topping out at 55. We should be around 60 this time of year. Mid-50s expected for the weekend. Again, should be dry. A little more cloud cover on Saturday, a little more sunshine on Sunday. Some rain showers Monday afternoon, maybe mixing with a little snow Monday night into Tuesday morning. Tuesday, a chance of showers, a slight chance of a shower on Wednesday. And then mainly dry conditions for the latter part of next week, with temperatures at least back up to near normal, right around 60 degrees by next weekend. As we check out first warn traffic, there have been some slowdowns on the Beltline, especially around Verona Road in the eastbound direction, westbound between about Seminole Highway back toward Todd Drive. There's some construction in that area. It's adding just a little bit to the normal travel times. Normally it's about 15 minutes either direction on the Beltline. Today it's 17 minutes in the eastbound direction, 16 minutes in the westbound direction between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison on I-3990 down toward Janesville from the Beltline, it's a 25-minute commute. US 12 from Middleton to Sauk City will take you 16 minutes, and downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue, US 151 is a 15-minute commute today. That's your news 3 now for Sworn Traffic.
Gary, thank you. And ahead at 5, a sight that spring is here, even if it doesn't feel like it. Magnolia trees in bloom at the Arboretum, but time may be running out to see them. We'll explain next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
When you're sick, so sick that your heart hurts.
And your mind races.
When you think that you might have cancer, and then they tell you,
You have cancer.
And you just want somebody to say,
it's going to be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Heard of nuts.com? It's the best kept secret of savvy snackers all over the country. Incredible nuts, dried fruits, organic snacks, and gluten-free treats. There's something for everyone to love, including free shipping with your first order.
Best pistachios ever.
Love the dried peaches.
White chocolate toffee cashews are awesome.
The holy grail of honey sesame sticks. The quality has made me a customer for life. With so much to love and free shipping with your first order, check out nuts.com.
Here's to the guy with the tree in his kitchen who can't talk right now because his elderly neighbor needs help. Here's to the generator in the middle of the street with extension cords running to 4 different houses. Here's to the countless acts of kindness that helped the Midwest recover from one of the worst storms in recorded history. You've given a whole new meaning to the term silver lining. The worst brings out our best.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
In about a half hour, the Wisconsin Badgers begin their journey to the volleyball championship game. The top-seeded Badgers take on Weber State tonight. Second round of the tournament. The undefeated Wisconsin squad will play at 6 p.m. That's in Omaha. It'll air on ESPN 3, and the winner of that game will take on the winner of UCLA against BYU.
The magnolia trees are in bloom right now at the UW Arboretum. The trees, which are primarily from Japan, started blooming 2 weeks earlier than normal this year due to the warmer weather we saw in late March. Officials say peak bloom will be this weekend and into early next week. Back in 2012, the trees were in bloom in March.
Another sign that spring is here, Greenway Station bringing back its farmers market starting May 6th. That market will be open every Thursday, 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. Of course, that's in Middleton. It'll feature locally grown produce, flowers, and homemade baked goods. Vendors will be spaced out. They'll have their own PPE to keep customers safe. Officials say cash will be accepted, but there will not be any food sampling this year. Market scheduled to run through October 7th. And stay with us. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
The biggest thing that Gruber Law offices did for me was put my mind at ease. Whatever questions I had, they answered them. They answered them honestly, timely.
If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They handled everything.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Get the max out of your tax refund at iMart Express. With 2 pairs starting under $40, you'll spend less on the have-tos and keep more for the want-tos. Our prices won't break the bank. Your tax refund goes further at iMart Express.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 17% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 models. That's over $5,400 cash back on this Equinox. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Shop the spring savings sale at Grand Appliance for an extra 5% off select appliance purchases from LG. The brand ranked #1 in consumer satisfaction 2 years in a row. Get outstanding deals like $27.68 off this 4-piece package, including a counter depth French door refrigerator and front control convection range. Shop your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com for these deals and more. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
A truck ran a red light and slammed into Liz's car.
As soon as we got out of the hospital, we called Gruber Law Offices immediately.
One call, that's all.
They were phenomenal. They got our life back on track, and I couldn't be any more happier.
Coming up here on the CBS Evening News, President Biden punishes Russia, expelling Russian diplomats and spies from America and issuing strict new sanctions. Plus, could you need another COVID vaccine this year? We'll have the latest news on that. And the royal rift, the new plans for Prince Philip's funeral. William and Harry won't walk together. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
All right, let's get back to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Well, trying to get rid of the clouds. We started out with some sunshine today, but there's the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam, just as cloudy as it has been the last couple of days, with just a few breaks here and there. High-resolution Doppler radar, though, free of precipitation across southern Wisconsin, so right now not looking at any rain falling from those clouds. Temperatures, though, are in the mid to upper 40s. It's actually a little warmer to the north and a little warmer to the south, where there is a little bit more sunshine. Janesville right now, 52, even though skies are mostly cloudy there. Skies should clear out overnight. Temperatures will drop into the middle 30s. Partly sunny skies expected tomorrow. High temperature at 55. Dry through the weekend. Temperatures mid-50s. Some rain early next week. Maybe mixed with snow Monday night into early Tuesday morning. And by the end of next week, temperatures back to around 60.
All right, so next we're going to CBS Evening News with Nora, and then we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned.